Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. I was talking to some people about a few different lead generation tactics, and I had been doing pay per click for a while, spending a lot of money giving it to Google, and lately I have not been, and I have been buying leads from pay per lead services, so like Need to Sell My House Fast. There are other services. Um, and I think I really thought of it as sort of a solution to the other alternative. So a lot of places will tell you just go out and do PPC yourself or hire a manager to do PPC. So I've had experiences with managers that were not good. I've had experiences with managers that were okay. Managers can be very expensive. Managers also can completely screw up your entire campaign. So you've got to understand how it works with Google, though. With Google, it's PPC, means pay per click. Every time somebody clicks, they're going to charge you. That person may never even convert. And a huge portion of people that click don't convert. They click and they don't actually put their information in to actually ask for an offer. Now, I got up to the point where I was spending, I think over $20,000 a month with Google. And I got some contracts, some fell through. I got some decent results. It wasn't great, but when you buy a pay per lead service like Need to Sell My House Fast, you are basically telling them you do the pay per click, you pay for the clicks. I only want to pay for conversions in my area. Now, just that alone has value because there's no doubt in my mind that when you create any kind of pay per click services, not only are you going to pay for tons of clicks that you are not going to convert into actual lead giving their information, you're also going to get leads in areas that are not that you don't want, right? Now you can say, well, I do it nationally. There are plenty of areas you don't want, right? Even if you're a wholesaler, I just had some leads in places that they weren't even in cities. They just had a state, right? They're just too far away, and they're too hard to find a buyer for because they're just in the middle of nowhere. Now, it's important to understand that when you pay for the lead, now obviously you're paying, depending on where you are, between $100 and $500 for the lead. But think about the fact that you may have paid for hundreds of clicks or thousands of clicks in some situations where you wouldn't have even gotten a conversion. So the beauty of a good pay per lead provider, such as Need to Sell My House Fast, is that you can then dispute properties if they meet certain criteria. So if something's listed for sale, Need to Sell My House Fast will give you a refund. Now, Google's not giving you any refunds. And I promise you, I don't know anyone who's doing pay-per-click who's not getting tons of conversions. That's a lead who puts in their information, and then you find out the property was listed for sale. And this happened an incredible amount at the end of the summer, August, September, October. And these were basically people who, for 14 years, had it in their mind that if they list their property, it's going to sell in 5 minutes, and then the market shifted and they couldn't sell it. So what they do, they jump on Google, type in Need to Sell My House Fast, and put it into a bunch of PPC wholesalers who got tons of retail leads, tons. Now, are there ways to adjust your keywords that you're looking for on Google AdWords, or your negative keywords to avoid that? They can minimize it, but you're always going to get people who are looking to sell retail on some level. So if we look at a pay per lead provider like Need to Sell My House Fast and say, well, first of all, I'm not paying for clicks, I'm only paying for conversions. Second of all, I'm able to dispute if it meets certain criteria. So if I can't reach, if the number's bad and I've really put in effort, I can then get my money back. Or if the number's wrong, or if the property's listed for sale. And there are other criteria too. So having that in mind, it could be a cheaper alternative. And I kept thinking I was going to turn PPC back on, and now I'm thinking that I won't. I am thinking that I will probably just buy leads from pay-per-lead providers because of the reasons I just told you. Because I'm not paying for clicks, I'm only paying for conversions, right? And because I have the ability to dispute the leads that are real dogs, according to, there are other lead providers out there. according to whatever their policy is. So if I look at that holistically as a solution for, instead of me having my own PPC account and having to really wonder what Google's going to charge me. Now, can I control this, the cost? Of course I can. But in an area like New York where I operate, I need to do a lot of search to get deals. A lot. So I would say it might be better for me just to basically pay for conversions, because what am I doing really? I'm letting a company who spends a lot of money on PPC and SEO, right? Who has good domains, right? Like Need to Sell My House, Need to Sell My House Fast, and all kinds of other domains. And I'm letting their strength with Google, right? Google loves to send clicks to the people who send them a lot of money, right? If you're spending millions of dollars with Google, you are going to probably get better results than someone spending a few $100s with Google. I know we all think this is a level playing field, but that's bullshit, right? Google wants to take care of the people that take care of it, right? And Google is not stupid. And Google is a machine designed to suck money out of your account. And when I was spending $20,000 a month, I saw it getting sucked out of my account. And I did not see decent results from that. So you're taking a company that's spending a lot more on pay-per-click and a lot more on SEO to get their brands traffic, right? They're driving traffic to sites, to domains that they have. And you're saying, I'm not going to waste my time on that, either learning it myself or on paying a manager to do it. I'm going to just do theirs, and I'm going to pay for just conversions, right? I'm not paying for anything unless somebody's already put in their information and is coming to me. So I think it's important to understand that I'm starting to believe now that that might be a better system. Now, I know there are plenty of stories of people who went out in the middle of nowhere, put in a Google AdWords account and started making tons of money. I'm not saying that's impossible. And there are places where it can work. And there are plenty of managers out there that are okay, I can make it work. I haven't found them, right? So I had one manager that got me decent results, but he charged me an arm and a leg. And he didn't let me have my own AdWords account, which was terrible. Don't ever use a manager who doesn't let you're not in control of your AdWords account. And I had another manager who let me use my own AdWords account, and I got me 0 results. So I think that would be my thing. So if you're thinking about using Need to Sell My House Fast, or there's another one called iSpeed to Lead, I have really good affiliate codes where you get discounts. You can hit me up for them. Maybe I'll throw them on the sheet. I don't know. But if you're interested, I'm happy to give them to you. And I think it might be a better system, right? It might be a better solution for pay-per-click, right? And we all want inbound leads, right? Inbound pay-per-click SEO leads are better than outbound leads where I've sent out mail. Although mail is sort of a hybrid because I send out mail and then they have to call. And then the calling, it's inbound. But half the calls are take me off your list. It's better than mail. It's better than calls. It's better than RVMs. It's better than, which is ringless voicemails. It's better than texting because this is somebody who's looking for your help, ideally, right? Obviously, not every lead is going to convert. But a higher percentage of them will. So I think I'm thinking now that instead of me getting back into PPC and giving money directly to Google, I will give money to a pay per lead provider such as Need to Sell My House Fast or iSpeed to Lead and let them go out and find those conversions for me. I think it's a better way to do it, but you have to think of it that way. And you have to know that you're still going to have to go through a bunch of leads to get a deal, right? They're still kissing a lot of frogs to find the prince. It's not like, hey, every one of these leads are going to convert. And also, not every one of these leads is easy to get in touch with. You have to work them sometimes, right? People put in their information, blah, blah, blah. First of all, they might have put it in multiple sites. So other people might be calling them. Second of all, a lot of them don't understand that someone's going to actually physically call them, even though they put their phone number in. They think it's all going to be digital and they don't have to actually have a conversation with someone, and they freak out. So there is some follow-up involved in this. And you have to be relentless, right? A lot of new investors are afraid to make enough calls, text, or enough touches to a prospect because they feel they're going to be a pest. But the truth is, I believe firmly you cannot over-communicate to a prospect. We're going to talk more about that later, about over-communicating to a prospect. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in you can go to howtoflipnewyork.com or learntoflipandwholesale.com. Either one, you'll find out all the ways I can help you. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any media channel, please click the thumbs up. The likes really help my SEO, so please continue to like everything you see. And please, I post 5 times a week. I don't always know what to say, so please keep your questions coming. They give me they give me things to talk about, and really the whole purpose of the whole purpose of this channel is to help you. So let me know how I can help you, and I am happy to help you in any way that I can. Thank you very, very much for watching.